Hello, hello, how you doing? This is Voltron, Cash Click, Voltron Destroyer. Hate to even use that title for this video considering its purpose and the details associated, but because that's who I am associated, essentially that's what it is. So in short, in case you aren't familiar with who I'm a music artist, a hip hop artist to be more exact. Of course, probably tell by how I look. Yeah, he's a rapper. Yeah, I got bars. In short, but again, this video has no association with that at all. So I hate to even use that name, but unfortunately, I can't give you my government quite yet. So it is what it is. But just to get it started and get the ball rolling, the purpose of this video really is ministry. Of course, today is Sunday, July 23rd, 2017, and as we all know, if you have any Christian affiliation, then you know that the seventh day is the rest day, which is Sunday. It's the day that essentially God rested after creating, heaven, earth, and and everything else in between. And this is pretty much a day that we designate for that same purpose. So I guess this does have some type of meaning behind me doing it on this day as well. But just to kind of get the ball rolling, the purpose of this video is to again initiate a ministry. Of course, for people who are non-denominational, essentially don't have any religious affiliation, not considered Christian, not considered Muslim, not considered Jewish, not considered Buddhist, Confucianist, etc. As many religions that there are. For those of us who don't have like a religious family, this is really designed for those of us. I fall in that category along with you guys. We refer to ourselves as being more spiritual than religious. And that's really what it boils down to. We have our own specific religion, which is designed by our relationship directly with God. There's no book, there's no guide, there's no ancient text that leads or directs us in any specific path. We kind of just develop our own relationship with God and build from there. And that, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm one of those people, so of course I'm not gonna feel as if there is. And for those of you who are religious affiliated, I'm gonna dive into details as to why that's not necessarily the case, or why that shouldn't be viewed as fact versus opinion. Because at the end of the day, it's really all opinion. There's no set fact aside from mathematics and things of that nature. 1 + 1 = 1 equals 2. Excuse me, no matter where you're from or what you do. So it is what it is. But just to kind of dive into it, again, this is real life. I don't have any preset sermon speech. There isn't a manual formulated for me to kind of go through it. I just have a piece of paper with some key points I want to touch on, and this is how we're going to start the first of many videos, prayerfully. But to kind of dive right into it, maybe to give you some background on me, and maybe that'll help you relate. Hopefully it'll make more sense to you as I go along. I myself, like you, grew up with some type of religious background due to my upbringing, my environment, my household growing up, essentially. I grew up around older people, the people who took care of me growing up, essentially, were heavily involved in the church. We're talking every Sunday, Bible study, revival, Sunday school, early morning, etc. So by me growing up in their household and around them, I got a chance to experience that firsthand. And I must say, there's nothing bad about it. No matter how spiritual you are, no matter how non-denominational you are, there's nothing wrong with, a person having a religion. And I'm going to dive into that as well as I go along the video. But essentially, though, again, I really just want to kind of put this out there. I haven't really been able to find or research any ministries that are kind of open to people who don't have any preference. If you're Christian, then you go to church. If you're Muslim, then you go to the mosque or the masjid. And if you're a Jew, then you go to the synagogue, and so on and so forth. We really don't have, a home. We really don't have a family, essentially, because we don't have a denomination, and because of that, we don't really have a ministry. So we're attempting to break that now. Now, of course, I'm not in the business of trying to convince people or trying to tell people what they should do or what to follow, etc. You know, the end in the end, I really feel like it's all based on your own direct relationship with your God. Whoever that may be, whether you pray to God, Allah, Abba, it really doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, we all have someone that we pray to, whether we do it on a regular basis or we do it only when we're in trouble or we need help. So, really to kind of dive right into it, I really want to expand this into something a little larger. So for right now, I'm gonna release this on my current page. You can see I have an assortment of various different materials on my page as of now. But as this grows and I develop more material, prayerfully God inspires me and provides me with the resources to do it, then we'll have a lot more channels and avenues for us to kind of get this out there. But just to kind of get into it, first point I wanted to touch on was religious people versus non-religious people. For people who are essentially considered religious, they have a denomination, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, etc. There's the teaching that that specific way is the one true way to quote unquote salvation, or to be saved, or to have a direct relationship with God and ultimately make it into some type of pleasant afterlife, heaven, etc., whatever name you want to refer to it as. But my personal belief, which again, this is my belief, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind, just maybe open you up to a different thought, or the possibility of other things outside of just the box that we've been placed in since birth, since childhood. But religion, serves its purpose. For the people who are religious, there have been many who've essentially been on one road or one direction in life, and because of some type of religion or some type of belief or faith, ultimately that was transitioned into something better, or it was something that ultimately helped them in life, or change things for the better ultimately in their case. And I feel like religion serves that purpose. But likewise, if I'm a Christian, I can't judge or look at somebody from a different country because of their preference, or even my next door neighbor, look at them and judge them for a preference, because of their preference, when ultimately whatever their religious preference is doing the same thing for them that my religion is doing for me. So in short, it has its it has its ups and its downs. It has its pros and its cons. The pros of religion to me ultimately are the things that is done for mankind. The direction and the pathway is taking individuals, not whole countries or whole etc. Just ultimately individuals who have been in certain situations and circumstances, and for whatever reason, or through whatever way God created, that religion ultimately brought them to a different point or brought them to a different level in life. And it works like that sometimes. But likewise, the kind of religion is it boxes people in and it boxes people out. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, if I'm a Christian, everybody within this box is saved. That's what we call or refer to as salvation. And anybody outside that box is, generally lost, damned to eternity in hell, things of that nature. But, to me, it's all opinion. It's all based on what works for you as opposed to what works for them or even me. So, that's the downside of religion. If I, don't believe in what you believe in, then you're going to tell me that, I'm wrong. My way is not right. And I don't believe in that. Muhammad was created by the hand of God. Jesus was created by the hand of God. Buddha was created by the hand of God. Abraham, each and every figure in any form of religion was created ultimately, if you believe in what you're actually being taught, that all of this would have come from whatever your creator was. So to say that God created Jesus and everybody who follows Jesus is right, but God also created Muhammad, and everybody who follows Muhammad is wrong. That's just, if you think about it, that's incorrect. Even if you read some of the ancient texts and kind of dive into it, do your own research, by the way. Do your own research. Whatever your belief is, don't go based on what somebody else tells you. Don't go based on what you was brought up, what you was taught on as a child. Do your own research. Make your own decision. Find your own guide, and find out what works for you and build your own relationship with whoever that may be. Just simple and short. Um, but again, like I said, this is real life. I really don't have any set formula as far as how I'm gonna go through this. And again, this is my very first 9-10 on doing very, 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 very good ones in the future. A lot more organized, hopefully, with you guys' help. But ultimately, this first video was just kind of the dive right into it, and kind of um, open myself up to you to kind of let you see if this is something really for you. If this is something that intrigues you, something that interests you. And for those who are like-minded, I'm pretty sure eventually, the more I do, the more it'll make sense to you guys. And for those who aren't, then maybe it's just not for you at this current time, which is it's not a knock to you. It's not to say, I know anything more than you do, or you know anything more than me. But at the end of the day, timing is everything. That is a true saying, and if you believe in any specific guide, just about any writing you'll come across will tell you, things work differently than how you think or how I think it should work. Our time is not God's time. Our way is not God's way. So ultimately, over time, hopefully this idea, because it's not a religion, this idea that I formulated and I kind of want to expand over, turn into something great. And hopefully guys like yourself, females like yourself who are viewing this will, post, comment, provide me feedback, share, like, dislike even, ultimately just keeping it a bang, keeping it a bunion, telling me, how you feel, and ultimately I respond in the best way I can. And if you ask me a question, I don't have an answer for it, give me some time and I'll do the proper research and I'll come back with the best information I can find. And that's really about growth. I myself, I'm not a perfect individual. Um, just being real with you, I got so many things I'm currently going through right now. If you really knew my backdrop or my history and all that, you'd probably be like, I can't believe this man is really making this video considering all the stuff he has going on. But at the end of the day, we are all regular people. I wake up just like you. Good days, bad days. I go to sleep just like you and wake up to another good day or a bad day, and so on and so forth. And I can't make it up as I go along. I'm just living and learning as I go through my day-to-days. So really, this is all I'm doing, and I want you guys to know that there's somebody open and somebody like-minded, similar to you as far as your belief and your thought process about God, about your creator, or whatever your religious preference may be. But again, it's been a pleasure. This is my very first video. I really don't even know what title I'm gonna throw on it. I was thinking maybe like being spiritual to becoming a spiritual being or something crazy like that. But of course, I got this other side of me, this not so good side, that kind of thinks that's corny or lame. And a lot of people fall victim to that. Not only myself, we all are. We like to say that we don't care about other people's opinion, we don't care about what other people think, but just being realistic, that's not really possible. We all do. Even if it's not everybody, it's somebody specific whose opinion you value and you care about, or you would hate to be judged by, or you would hate for people to see you in certain lights, etc. So, just being honest about the whole situation. I really want you guys' feedback, positive, negative, whatever. Just be completely honest about it. But at the end of the day, I intend on releasing a video like this hopefully once a week, and they'll get more elaborate as I go along. And I have other videos that'll kind of touch bases on other things outside of just spirituality. As you can see on the same page, I do have various videos, not anything really specific to one idea, thought, or one part of even myself. I have a music video up here, a few music videos. I have live videos of me, spitting bars, etc. I even have a video referred to as Murder for Melon, War on Blacks, in which I was providing a presentation on how abortions are adversely impacting or affecting the African American community, why it's happening, and the purpose behind it. The ulterior motive, essentially. But again, I appreciate you guys' time, feedback. You can always hit me at Voltron Digital 2015 at gmail.com. Again, that's Voltron, Voltron, Digital Digital 2015 at gmail.com. And I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you have, respond to any comments, etc. So, give me some feedback and we'll be in touch real soon. Um, Meantime, you guys be safe. Have a great one. Enjoy your next week or so between now and the next vid, and we'll talk soon. I'll be back. Catch good out.